Today, remember this: kindness doesn't need to be wrapped up as a transaction. Now, certainly, when I think of someone being kind, I tend to picture gestures, maybe grand, maybe small, stuff like helping someone move house, maybe donating money to charity, and the classic example that we're all taught as kids of holding the door open for someone. But when I think of acts of kindness that have really stayed with me, it's something other than that sort of neatly packaged form of kindness. It's someone being incredibly patient with me when I'm struggling with something. It's a moment of genuine attention with a loved one. It's someone going out of their way to make me feel welcome in a space where I'm unsure. It's kindness not as action, but as a way of being. I think a great example of this is a woman that I once knew called Val. Now, back in my late teens, early 20s, I worked as a sales assistant in a family bakery back in Glasgow. Different managers came and went over the years, and Val was one of these managers. Now, I don't remember much about Val at all, really. It was almost 20 years ago. I remember her name, three letters, VAL, one syllable. I don't remember her last name. But I do have a vivid memory of just how kind she was. I remember that she was a vegetarian and that was something really important to her because of a recent conversion to Buddhism. I remember how she treated people. I remember her stepping in to help me when I was struggling with something. I remember her working incredibly long hours, arriving well before the shop opened and staying well after it closed, simply to avoid making work for other people. I remember her supporting me on difficult days when it felt like my shift just wouldn't end. Now, 20 years later, I still get a warm feeling inside when I think about Val. Ultimately, I don't really know what happened to her. I left the job for another one. I think she did too. It's not that likely that she's ever going to hear this, but just in case, Val, thank you so much for the kindness that you showed me at a time when it really mattered to me and made a difference. When I think about what stayed with me, it wasn't the practical parts of what Val did for me. It wasn't the transactions or the favors. It was how she made me feel. It was so wonderful to feel like someone was intentionally choosing kindness and then choosing it again and again. It's not the acts that stay with you, it's the tone, the patience, the body language, the feeling of being seen. These things, together with more obvious acts of kindness, can really make a radical difference to someone's day and their experience of it. We know this. The tricky part is we don't always get to know or see the onward effect of our kindness. We don't know what that person was really carrying when we showed up for them. We don't know what they'll remember, if anything. We don't know that our kindness will have mattered at all. And that's what makes kindness a really interesting practice to me. It asks that we show up and give something meaningful of value without getting to demand proof that it actually mattered. So today, remember this: small kindness is never small. Most of life happens in the ordinary moments, and that's exactly where kindness happens too. A question to take with you: what's one quiet way you could show up for someone today without needing to take credit? Talk soon.